Hey everybody, it's your girl Sherry. Welcome back to another episode of Alleged Actually Podcast. So y'all, I had to hop on today. It's been a minute. I think we were last Wednesday for the Bravo Bestie Breakdown with myself and Joey. And today I wanted to hop on and do a Sherry's Quick Snips and just talk about all the things that have been going on, particularly in Bravo. It's a lot going on. So first things first, welcome. Over here, we do reality TV recaps and all pop culture and entertainment news. And if you have not yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and share and like this video, please. And once you do that, go ahead and slide in the comments and let me know what you thought about all the things that we're going to get into. Also, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we drop that good content. So, first things first. I don't know how many of you guys have been watching Real Housewives of Potomac, but we had part 2 of the reunion that aired last night. Listen, the reunion is turning out to be much better than the whole season. And let me just say, before we even get into my thoughts on part 2 of Real Housewives of Potomac, let's talk about Karen Huger. Y'all, some things recently just came out. She is pending sentencing on Wednesday. Turns out, y'all, she's had 3 other prior convictions regarding driving while under the influence, 2 of which she was convicted of, 1 of which was pled down to reckless driving, and this is now her 4th. Despite all of that, according to the prosecution, she's simply only facing 6 months in jail, which she could be facing up to 2 years in prison. They are currently seeking 6 months in jail. And we do know that Karen had checked herself into rehab, which is why she was a no-show at the reunion. But we come to find out, y'all, that she went to a facility in West Palm Beach that is supposed to be a dual diagnosis, or in her case, triple diagnosis. She wanted to be treated for taking antidepressants, I guess misusing those, drinking alcohol, and then also trauma for the time that she was raped in college. Karen has been very vocal about her advocacy for women that have been essayed and to believe all women. And she's been very vocal about that on the show. So, that part, I'm here for that. But we find out that she's in hot water. This is not her first conviction. I don't know about y'all, but when I saw her video on part 1 of the reunion, because we know she wasn't there, but she did first talk about how she was taking full accountability. Initially, let me just say there was a couple things that stood out to me. Number one, when she said that she was trying to figure out her relationship with antidepressants and alcohol. She said, that she's not an alcoholic. Let's make that clear. When the producer asked her if she had a problem with alcohol. And I don't know that after you're on your 4th time that you actually got charged with a DWI or DUI, that you listen, because that doesn't even conceive of all the times that she may have and not got caught. So my thoughts are that I hope that, in her 28-day program that she got the help that she needed. It was also reported that she's regularly attending an AA coffee group. And as you know, Alcoholics Anonymous, that is an accountability group that, 12-step program supposed to keep you accountable. One can only hope that she's learned her lesson. But on the defense side, they beg to differ, saying that, calling her emboldened, which, if you saw her on the video of the dash cam footage or the body cam footage, where she said that this wasn't going to stick on her, this charge wouldn't stick, that once they found out who she was, they'd be ashamed of themselves. Just wasn't a good look for Karen. At best, like I said, she's going to be scheduled for sentencing on Wednesday, so we will follow up with what happens there. But y'all, it's more and more is unfolding, and we'll find out in part 3 some more details about that night. Now, getting over to Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all, the big takeaway on last night was they were letting Mia have it, as they should. Mia's performance, if you will, even last night, the tears and her getting up, they were hard on her though because her storylines were deplorable. The fact that she would use her child's paternity as a storyline, that she would exploit her marriage, the dissolution of it, the bringing in the boyfriend, dangling him in front of Gordon, her husband, just all of it. It didn't land. I think she thought it would be good for reality TV. The fans have spoken. We were not impressed. And her castmates let her have it. I think Wendy and Giselle, particularly Kiana, she also stepped in there. And, in the beginning, Andy came to Mia's defense, saying that she was shame spiraling. But the fact that, that she was upset and meant that she was a good person. And that was regarding her kind of blowing off Stacy and Jossie when they came out to her birthday out in Miami. So listen, I'm not going to give a full recap, but I did want to say that last night, if you haven't watched it, watch it. I'm going to do a full-on recap next week after I have reviewed all 3 parts and just give you my full thoughts. But Mia was in the hot seat last night, and rightfully so. And in all honesty, she tried to say that she's no longer with Inc. They don't believe that. She tried to say that her divorce is almost final. No one believes that. And y'all, on her Instagram, she had Gordon go live with her and cleaning the air is what it said. Gordon cleans the air. Y'all, go check it out. It's clearly her having Gordon rehearse what to say. She seems to be way more concerned about the way she's perceived, and she really needs that Bravo check. So there's that. Now, real quick, we're going to pivot to Married to Medicine. First of all, let me just say the big thing for me, though, I don't know, you guys slide in the comments and let me know your thoughts. First of all, I want to know your thoughts on Karen Huger. Do you think that them seeking only the 6 months in jail is her getting off light? I would like to hear your thoughts on Real Housewives of Potomac. And let's talk about Married to Medicine. And then we're going to get into Dr. Heavenly. So last night, it was the fallout of the confrontation between Quad's boyfriend, King, and Dr. G. Now, the fight, we see King charging towards Dr. G, Sweet Tea taking off like she's on the track team, and Shek, his friend, stepped in. There was never any punches landed. There was never any contact made. Phaedra, Shek, Dr. G, and Sweet Tea decided to leave the trip. Rightfully so. But y'all, the biggest takeaway for me last night was the explosive conversation between Dr. G and Sweet Tea. It's very telling. So much so that on that scene, there was a snippet of it, and you see on Instagram, Quad put up a comment saying that it was very triggering for her to watch, that she knows now that Dr. G has not changed, same Dr. G, just different woman, and that she honestly felt bad for Sweet Tea. Y'all, quiet as kept, so did I. The way he was talking to her, he was gaslighting her. If you don't know what that is, look it up, and you'll see a picture of Dr. G right beside the definition. She was trying to say that he was saying it was a fight to the death. It was going to be a fight to the death. She was saying, no, it would never be that. She tried to say, because I'm there. And he was, like, what were you going to do? And she said that she was combat trained. And he was like, yeah, but you're a woman. And all of that, though, you might say, well, he has a point. She's a woman. She couldn't fight a man. And all of that's immaterial. The point of it was the vitriol that he said it with, the anger that he spewed towards her, the way that he spoke to her. And when she was trying to say, look, Bottom line, it's my opinion that it wasn't going to be all that. There were enough people there. He wanted to make it out as like it was going to be this big brawl and it's this big toxic situation. And like he was a massive victim in it. And she was basically saying, look, you need to not let her trigger you like that. And, he just got really angry. And when she said that she was going to be there to step in, that seemed to anger him. And then you see him go up the stairs and she followed him in hot mic moments when she kept telling him to be quiet. And he was telling her it was all her fault. That's what she does, and he completely turned that conversation around on her. It was hard to watch, y'all. But, whether you're a Quad fan or not, that solidifies what she said about Dr. G. I can't imagine. And I can't imagine her wanting to bring a child into a relationship with somebody like that. We'll just have to keep watching. And then the final thing on my quick snip tonight, y'all, I want to talk about Dr. Heavenly. She's in some hot water. In her live, when she was talking about the confrontation between King and Dr. G, she was talking about how real men would have done the same thing as King, not men that were, and she made some derogatory comments regarding gay men. Y'all, listen, that she's worked with on her show with Funky Dineva, Carlos King. She's also worked with Alex Rogers from the Allegedly show. So listen, she works with gay men, outwardly gay men. She has a following that, of course, is of women and gay men. And, it was just wrong move. Whether you like or don't like Dr. Heavenly, she's in serious hot water with gay men right now. And Alex Rogers has let her have it. Kim Pyre has let her have it. Oh gosh, House of Aaron. And the list will probably continue to go on. She will get dragged for the remainder of the night, y'all. If you haven't seen it, it was on her Patreon. I did actually see it. She has since made it private or, it's unavailable for us to see. She has issued an apology. But y'all, I think folks are going to get sick of Dr. Heavenly. I personally know that this has not been, I think her downfall really is. Her lives are entertaining, but I think because she's allowed to say what she wants without any kind of reproach. And I'm surprised that Bravo, Andy, NBC Universal hasn't said anything about it. She's pretty careful now to stay within the confines of the episode, but there are times that she gets kind of hyped up and amped up and will go a little bit far or say things that she probably shouldn't say. And yeah, y'all, this one's going to hurt her. So listen, I just also want to take a moment. And then that was pretty much what I wanted to say for my first quick snips. Keep tuning in. I'm going to have more. I'm going to keep following the Karen Huger story, Dr. Heavenly, and I'm going to keep recapping Potomac and Married to Medicine. And now I just want to say something to my fellow federal employees. Just want to say, keep your head up, guys. It's going to be okay. It's been a rough couple weeks. And so you haven't seen me, it's like a lot weighing on us right now, but we're going to get through this. I've got 20 years of dedicated service and I'm not worried. And I don't want you to be either. So keep your head up, guys. And make sure you tune back in on Wednesday where we're going to have the Bravo Bestie Breakdown with Joey, and we'll be talking all things Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So tune in for that. Go ahead, y'all, and slide in my comments and let me know what you think about all of those things that we just unfolded, and hear from you. All right. Until next time, guys. Bye.